Hey everyone, welcome back. We have two of our summons that are going to be helping us today because we are taking on the prince. And we have to go through a hell of a lot of shit to get there. So, I wanted to make sure I had some summons with me. We have Tosaka Sara and Minami. And I think they know exactly where we're headed. So, way up there are where Prince Lothric is, where Prince Lothric is. But before that, we have a barricade of assholes. And you don't have to fight these guys, but God, it makes life easier if you just take care of them. Because otherwise you're just running for your life the entire time. So, sorry for jumping right into it, but I don't want to keep my summons waiting. They're kind enough to help me do this shit, you know, I don't want to overstay my welcome, so to speak. I think there is one more in there. And then we have these assholes. And then when we get up here, it's like, oh, that wasn't so bad, it's just a bunch of hollows. Now it's a bunch of fucking blue Lothric Knights, which are aggressive, and they have less weapons, and there's 4 of them, and it's really good if you can separate them at least a little bit. Cool. Get the dude with the blessed weapon and the crazy shield, thank you. These guys will drop their gear along the Titanite shards with regularity, large Titanite shards specifically. Getting some sweet backstab action today. Awesome. Large Titanite shard. Woo! Get out of here with your blessed weapon. Ooh, nice. Getting the backstab on that guy. And she has a lightning infused weapon, which is great. Lothric Knight. Night leggings. Cool, cool, cool. There's also an elevator over here that's fogged over because we have people with us. But, yeah, we're going for it. And here we go. Here we can see the 3 pillars, the priestess, the knight, and the scholar on this door. And through here is the main event, our final Lord of Cinder. And he is up there. You can see him up on the balcony.
Oh dear. Another dogged contender. Welcome, unkindled one, purloiner of cinders. Mind you, the mantle of Lord interests me none. The fire-linking curse, the legacy of lords, let it all fade into nothing. You've done quite enough. Now have your rest.
Now you might be thinking, who the fuck is that? That is Lorien the Elder Prince, buddy. He is not a joke. He can teleport. He's crazy. Friends help? Okay. He has fire imbued on his weapon. It's really good to have kind of a hit and run strategy where somebody's distracting while he's aiming at somebody else. You saw how much that took off of me. And he can teleport right behind you, which is really unnerving. It's really good to be locked onto this guy. You'll also notice he's crippled from what appears to be maybe the knees down. He can't really walk, at least. Like, maybe his core muscles aren't what they used to be, or what they ever were. Minami has the right idea, shooting darts at this guy. I'm glad Tosaka seemed to get a critical in on him. Oh god. He also has sort of a blast, which you do not want to get hit by. It's like an almost instant KO at some levels.
Dear brother, I'm on my way. brother. Unyielding sword of Lothric's prince. Rise if you would, for that is our curse.
And now we are dealing with both of the princes. And this is where the fight gets kind of annoying in some ways. Not yet, but I'll show you in a second, because it's gonna happen. You do not want to get hit by that shit. It is game over. But you have to, they have 2 health bars happening now. Lorien is pretty weak, but Lothric, here's the annoying part. Lothric, you really have to deal with him. You see us backing away. He will revive him. Unless you can take out Lothric quickly. Ooh, I got the critical on Lorien. And Lothric might actually be low enough now that, yep, we're gonna get him right here. Oh, maybe not. He had a little bit left in him, you son of a bitch. Oh, that's it.
You remain among the accursed.
Thank you, ladies. You did a fine, fine job. That was the easiest attempt on those guys I've ever had. Few things. The lore of this fight is very interesting. They are the twin princes, and I'll show you that in a second. Whew. Oh, I shouldn't have rested. Oh well. Got the soul. Soul of the twin princes. The 2 princes rejected their duty to become Lords of Cinder and settled down far, far away to watch the fire fade from a distance. A curse makes their souls nearly inseparable. And you can kind of see there are 2 flames happening there. A dimmer one on the left and a brighter one on the right. You also see these feathers on the ground. And it reminds me of the cage that we were in the last episode where we got Pillars of Light. There's so many. And I'm wondering if there's a connection with Gertrude and Lothric and his elder brother Lorien. So, the reason the throne says King Lothric, and this is the reason why he's still referred to as a prince when we fight him, is because he was destined to be a Lord of Cinder, but he never did it. This is our first Lord of Cinder who has actually never linked the flame. To be, like, he's never done it. He refused. He couldn't do it. The prince, destined to be a Lord of Cinder, was cherished by the royal family despite being born into illness, a frail and shriveled child. His swaddling clothes are made of aged, coarse cloth used in ancient prayer and are all that he has ever worn. So, he was born ill and frail, which we got a really good look at, especially compared to his brother, who's, you know, a knight of some sort. And he refused to link the flame, and we also got word that which one was it? Wasn't that one? One of these. Something had a mention of it. Yes, the first of the scholars doubted the linking of the fire and was alleged to be a private mentor to the royal prince. So there's a really good chance that Lothric was influenced by the scholar, among other things, and was like, you know what? Let's just let the natural progression of life play out and stop interfering with the linking of the flame. And so they barred themselves off way up here and decided to watch the flame fade from far away. The twin princes, and actually, this is the first time that Lothric has been killed while Lorien still has a life bar. But it really drives home the point that their souls are linked. And specifically, the big, important chunk seems to be in Lothric. Because he could revive Lorien. One cannot live without the other, and especially seems that Lorien cannot live without Lothric. Here we see kind of these bizarre winged statues. I'm going to zoom in real quick. This is likely Osiris before he completely devolved into a dragon state, sort of a halfway in between state. And I actually wonder if we have the skill to use Chameleon. We don't. If you use Chameleon in this area, you actually turn into one of those statues. It's pretty funny. Chameleon changes based on the area that you're in. It'll choose something that'll kind of help you blend into the environment. Praise the spooky sun! We're gonna take this elevator down here because it's our last little exploration of this area. And I'm sure there are things I've missed. This place is... Actually, I know for sure there's at least one thing that I missed, but, it's a big place, and it's very easy to get lost, and there's a lot attacking you at every moment. But yeah, the brothers refused to link the flame, and it seems like it was that throne that we have at the Firelink Shrine that calls him King Lothric, that was meant for him. Like, that wasn't a throne that was built, was like, oh, we have a new Lord of Cinder, let's build a throne. It was a throne that was built ahead of that because it was just so expected that he was going to link the flame. This actually spits us out in Lothric Castle, not too far from the Dragonslayer armor. Yeah, we fought him. Right there. And kind of a nifty shortcut, I guess, but more than that. Oh, we have a treasure chest over here. Totally forgot about that. And this has a Titanite scale. Nothing with lore significance, unfortunately. But there is a little path over here, and we will be coming back to this elevator. Oh, we have to jump down and grab it. Ah, fuck it. We're only 12 minutes into this, it looks like. Let me get a silver cat ring on. The silver cat ring. Ooh. Scary shit. In a previous episode, while we were dealing with this lower area, you'll remember I said, here are 2 knights, and they're not really doing anything, let's leave them alone. There's a shiny down there, but I just want to check there's no shinies over here yet before we go jumping down. Nope, we're good. And I think this is the one item I was thinking of that we were missing, so... Yes, it is. This is the one that I was like, I know for sure we're at least missing one. Keitha's Chime. Sacred chime blessed by Keitha, goddess of tears, rare even amongst Karim clerics. Affected by intelligence, a rare thing for miracle catalysts, and also agreeable with miracles that lean towards the dark. Its existence is concealed in the name of the Archbishop, as it is anathema. And I am not sure what that word means, and I'm actually going to look it up right now because I'm sitting next to my computer and I want to know what that means. It means something or someone that one vehemently dislikes. It is concealed in the name of the Archbishop. Oh, as Keitha is someone that he doesn't like. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. We have a little bit on Keitha from before with Aegon and Morn of Karim. We have Morn's ring. Boost miracles. A malformed ring given to Knights of Karim. Boost miracles. Morn served the goddess Keitha and later became an apostle of the Archbishop. They labored together to provide comfort to the suffering. Yeah. And I don't think we have Morn's armor yet. No, I don't believe we do. But, yeah. That's what's going on there. And I don't believe there's any more treasures to be had, and we really don't want to upset those guys. So we are actually going to head back to the shrine. Get this party started. We can drop off the crystal scroll to Orbeck, who is going to be blown away, because he's going to be like, where the hell did you get this? And we can also learn a little bit more about Lorien and Lothric, the princes, with their soul. We can see what they transpose into. Let's first drop off our scroll here.
Back again, I see. I suppose this means you're after sorceries.
You should be nice to me, because I have something very cool.
Unfathomable.
Yeah, how about that?
This is a crystal sorcery. Created by the Pale Dragon. Thought only to exist in legend. I am ever grateful to you. This is truly sublime.
Thank you. Stop riding my ass now.
I'm afraid this is a debt I cannot repay. Only, I will be sure to unravel it for you. Just a moment. Again, let us be.
Really? That's all you gotta say? Let's look at some of these sorceries. They're gonna be crystal based, I can already tell you that. Sharpens homing soul mass via crystallization. This is what that crystal sage was shooting at us. According to the crystal sages, old Big Hat Logan, achieved enlightenment within the regal archives, the Duke's archives, where he came to find the quintessence of sorcery in the facets of a certain crystal, the primordial crystal that kept Seath the Scaleless alive. That's exactly what that shit is. Crystal Soul Spear. Further sharpened Soul Spear via crystallization. Trying to see if they're going to give us anything else. Crystal Magic Weapon. After much experimentation, Logan found the crystal medium facilitated a stronger bond between weapon and soul. Yeah, crystal sorceries, they seem to have a proclivity for making people go nuts. I will say that. Let's see, actually. If you buy 15 of these, Orbeck is like, you are truly a legend, like you know it all. And he gives you 2 rings, the Young Dragon Ring and I think a Bellowing Dragon Ring.
Come again.
But I'm not gonna waste my souls on that. I ain't a sorcerer. I don't know nothing about no spells. But let's see. Bloodleth. And Buddy Hawkwood isn't here. Bloodleth. I got the twins. I got the souls.
Aha, so.
I have happened upon a very interesting twisted soul indeed. Lorien's Greatsword. Ultra Greatsword of Lorien, Prince Lothric's older brother, cast in smoldering molten steel and stained black. Before Lorien embraced his brother's curse, he was a knight who single-handedly slayed the demon prince, but the victory eternally scorched his sword with flame. The skill is Flame of Lorien. Lunge forward to transform smolder into flame, and follow with a strong attack to launch flame across ground. So before he embraced his brother's curse, that seems to be Lorien's curse, that their souls are linked. Before Lorien, among other things, that they're cursed to link the flame, and who knows what else. He was a knight who single-handedly slayed the demon prince. And I'm assuming they're referring to Lothric in that way. And I wonder why they're referring to him as a demon. Unless they're referring to somebody else, which I don't know. That's very, very interesting. You can also make another sword, I believe. Hold on here. Yes, here it is. Lothric's Holy Sword. Prince Lothric's Straight Sword, blessed by Emma with potent magic. Emma, again, is that lady that was in the cathedral that gave us that initial banner that got us to the Undead Settlement, and also who was dying on the ground before we fought the Dancer of the Boreal Valley. She was also Lothric's wet nurse and a high priestess, so she was one of the pillars of Lothric. Blessed by Emma with potent magic. Young Lothric was meant to be a champion and was expected to wield this platinum sword, but some things will remain distant dreams forever. Sacred Lothric Light, which is that blast attack. I was like, don't let that touch you. Assume stance to imbue sword with Sacred Light and use strong attack to release light together with a great thrust of the sword. Let's see if there's anything else. I think that's actually it for them, which is awful.
Treat the fire. She is much.
I believe we now have access to his armor, actually, with the Shrine Handmaiden, so I'm going to talk to her. Lothric's, or Lorien's armor, that is. I want to see if you have someone special's armor. You do. Lorien's helm. Armor of Prince Lothric's older brother Lorien. This black-dyed brass helm is patterned with flame. Lorien, raised as a knight, is said to have been left mute and crippled by his younger brother's curse. It is also said that Lorien, in fact, wished it so. So his brother's curse. Maybe that's why he's called the Demon Prince, because his curse affected so many around him, even his twin brother. Maybe because their souls are linked. Regardless, this is good fashion souls. I love this set. So I'm gonna buy it. And I think we've discussed everybody else's. I don't know if we've looked at Wolnir's crown, actually. I'm sorry if we have. Crown of Wolnir, the Karthus Conqueror. Once upon a time, such things were bequeathed judiciously to each of the rightful lords until Wolnir brought them to their knees and ground their crowns to dust. Then the crowns became one, and Wolnir, the one High Lord. He's a conqueror, the Karthus Conquerors. So, that's pretty cool. We also have Smo's. I don't think, yeah, we have looked at this Smo's set. Oh, that reminds me, where we fought Aldrich. I know I was like, oh, this seems familiar. I know we've been here in Dark Souls 1. It was where you fought Ornstein and Smo, actually. I should have known that because Guinevere's kind of lounge room was above it. But the thing about this game, and especially with respects to Anor Londo, is that things have shifted ever so slightly in a way that it's like, oh, that's not quite it, but it is it, you know? Yeah. It's like just enough of a change to be like, that isn't Anor Londo, is it? So stuff like that. I want to level up. Woo! Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6. I'm gonna do that. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Now we're fighting in style.
Farewell, Maid of Flame.
And now we can present the final cinders of a lord. And you'll notice immediately she starts walking towards the flame. I want to get a close-up on this bad boy, though, real quick. It looks to be Lothric, the younger prince, and that looks to be his crown. And it looks that you can see some of his shawl that wasn't completely burnt to ashes by us. I wish you could get a better look at it, but it's so high up. And I'm actually going to switch rings here, because I know where we're going. I don't know what would be good for this. Maybe... let's wear the Hunter's Ring just for shits and giggles. And let's do Fashion Souls real quick. I also, you know what I forgot? I forgot to read you guys the Court Sorcerer hood. The Court Sorcerer set, specifically. We picked this up when we killed a sorcerer in the Profaned Capital just before we released Siegfried. It's a hood worn by court sorcerers of the Profane Capital. This tall, dark headpiece suggests they may have also been oracles. There are many sorcerers who claim to heirship to the great sage Big Hat Logan, and the Profane Capital houses one of 2 leading schools. So now you know. I'm actually going to do some Fashion Souls here real quick. Yeah, let's go with that. His outfit is also lighter, which I love. Let's see. It's an Outrider Knight. Oh, that's Lorian's. Okay. And Lorian's leggings. Maybe we won't show the face. Maybe not. That's a little nasty. Sorry, I'm playing Fashion Souls. Gotta have the good fashions. The Outrider Knight helm is pretty spooky looking. Yeah, sure. Let's rock this. Yeah. Okay.
The five lords sit their 5 thrones, all thanks to thee, most worthy of lords.
Buddy, get out of my shot.
Ashen one, with the lords as thy witness, bend thy knee before the bonfire's coiled sword, and let the lords' embers acknowledge thee as their true heir, a true lord, fit to link the fire. Ashen one has the ascent of a thick ray.
That's all you got to say? I got all the lords.
Farewell, may the flame.
Well, what do you say? Let's do it.
Noble lords of Cinder, the fire fades. And the lords go without thrones. Surrender your fires to the true heir. Let him grant death to the old gods of Lordran, deliverers of the first flame.
And here we are at the Kiln of the First Flame. We're here in Firelink Shrine, but it is smashed to pieces, dark. Nothing here. And when we step outside, hoo boy, get a real good look at this sun. You can also see how far away we seem to be now. Gotta praise it. Yeah. So, first kiln. Or Kiln of the First Flame, rather. This is the site where, specifically over yonder, this is the first kiln right here. This is where, Gwyn sacrificed his body to stop the coming age of man and continue the age of sunlight and gods. The Firekeeper says, let him grant death to the old lords of Lordran. So, are we finally putting this cycle to rest? But it can't be because we're relinking the flame. However, we've been working with Yuria of Londor, who says, take the flame for yourself. So, and you're like, how'd you know that was the first flame, you know, the kiln, Joy? Because if you look carefully, let's light this bonfire real quick. You can see there are tons of summons. Over yonder is Firelink Shrine. That's it. That's where we just were. Right there. So now we're here in kind of the epicenter of this blast. And up there is the kiln of the first flame. So, we're gonna get some buddies for this one. Yeah, whatever. And then just unable to summon. Yeah, it could be because we're so low level, everybody's doing cleanup right now. Poor guy. Yeah. Oh no, can't summon poor guy. I'll probably do a jump here. Work our way up. We can, oh, we must be summoning somebody. But we can see there's a lone figure resting at the bonfire at the site of the first flame. And you can kind of see the blast radius of linking this flame over and over. I don't know why it's not letting me summon anybody. That must imply... Nope, unable to summon the Phantom. Just kidding. We absolutely want to have a Phantom for this, though. You will see what I mean. It's a little bit cheap, but that's okay. Ugh. Oh, hold on. We can summon Yuria of Londor. And I think that's actually what we needed to do. I almost just screwed myself. Hell yeah, girl. You ready to do this? Let's go. And here we have the Soul of Cinder. Nice try, buddy. Ooh, get him, girl. You'll notice he changes up his moveset every here and there. I also want you to notice that was that Soul Stream spell I was telling you I really liked. Yep, here he goes, another manifestation. I also want you to notice what happens to the music during Phase 2, and don't worry, you'll know when Phase 2 happens. You stop that. Oh god. Yep, shouldn't have been there for that shit. Woo! Yuria, come get him! Okay, we're gonna attack her. Oh god. Nope! Hello, buddy. That's him using the power within. Can you get away from him? Phase 2. Yeah, that's right, you fight him twice. That lightning spear, that's Lord Gwyn. And this piano you're hearing, that's Lord Gwyn's theme from Dark Souls 1. Oh god, no. Iria got grabbed. You leave her alone. This is his theme right here. Oh no, this is not good. Yeah, that combo can sometimes be a one-shot kill if you're not careful. This is probably coming from me. Yep. This is definitely Gwyn's moveset. And that's it. Soul of the Lords. Since Lord Gwyn, the first Lord of Cinder, many exalted lords have linked the first flame, and it is their very souls that have manifested themselves as a defender of the flame. The Soul of Cinder was a manifestation of everyone who's come to link the fire, including us, the Chosen Undead from previous games. But Lord Gwyn was such a magnificent impact that he still remembered his moves, and it was a really nice touch that his theme game came in there. This is what's being called the best ending to this game. So, hope you guys enjoy it. It was a lot of hard work, but it was worth it.
Gracious Lord, make Londor whole.
And I just got the platinum with you guys. Thank you. We took the fire. Instead of relinking it, we took it to become a Lord of Hollows and usher in the Age of Man, the Age of Dark. So, pretty fantastic. The other endings are super short. The other ending is you give the Firekeeper the eyes, and so you just snuff out the flame and everything goes dark. She's like, can you still hear my voice? Very cool ending as well. And then the kind of normal, like, if you didn't do shit and you're just running through the game ending is where you link the fire and you basically rest at that bonfire and become the kindling for the next flame. But we did it. And you can, this is actually cool. In Bloodborne, it was like, oh, you finished the game, get ready for new game, motherfucker. But Dark Souls is nice. They let you choose. And I'm glad they do so. Because believe it or not, there's still more to this game. I haven't decided if I'm going to show you the rest. I probably will. But something interesting is the Firekeeper will say, you know, please God, link the flame.
Ashen One, link the fire. For the Lords of Cinder. For the Ashen Prisoners. For all those held to preserve the fire. Link the first flame. Ashen One, may the flames guide thee.
Let's see what Yuria has to say. Yuria is gone. She leaves behind Dark Drift, her weapon, her mask, her dress, her gauntlets, and her leggings. Dark Drift, a cursed sword with an unseen blade, the choice weapon of Yuria of Londor. Yuria, a mentor of the Sable Church and accomplished swordswoman, is said to have claimed 100 lives with this weapon. Dark Drift is the skill. Aim carefully and pierce with a large forward lunge. The unseen blade penetrates straight through shields, for nothing can defend from Dark Drift. Pretty killer, like literally killer weapon. We also get her outfit. And I do love me her mask. Like I said, it really reminds me of the Cainhurst helmet from Bloodborne. Attire of the 3 mentors of the Sable Church of Londor. This build mask belongs to Yuria, the second eldest. These maidens of a primordial serpent were renowned as founders of the Sable Church, which offered salvation for hollows. They were definitely serving Darkstalker Kath, just for the record. That's definitely the primordial serpent. Kingseeker Frampt wanted you to link the flame. And if you look up the primordial serpents from Dark Souls 1, it is nightmare fuel. They are not very nice looking. Cool thing, though, is that this game doesn't completely screw you if you don't immediately move to the next game. It actually is quite forgiving in many ways. Our buddy Ludlith, rest in peace, is gone. But we can pick up an item, which is the Skull Ring. And if you kill him during the game, he'll come back and be like, eh, what the fuck ever. But he will drop this ring still. And this ring, I feel like I just passed it. I probably just did. Yep, there it is. The Skull Ring, one of Corland's transposed wonders, derived from the soul of a soul feeder. Easier to be detected by enemies. So if you ever just want to make this game harder, you can just put on this ring, and enemies will just be like, oh, I gotta go attack that. The Soul Feeder was a beast that insatiably absorbed souls to feed its own power. Even after its accursed corpse was burned, it is said that the pungent stench of souls left the air permanently stained. Ooh. Something else we can do. Oh. Besides jumping off backwards, which is not what I meant to do, is we can still transpose things, which is great because we can learn more about the Soul of Cinder. We can get his Firelink Greatsword. The Lords of Cinder linked the first flame, and this greatsword was wielded by their deific manifestation. This coiled sword, found thrust in the bonfire, existed long before the throneless lords themselves. The skill is Ember. The fading flame momentarily illuminates and launches itself forward. So the Soul of Cinder really is just a culmination of everything that we've seen. all the people who have linked the flame. I'm actually going to do some more Fashion Souls. Yeah, that's looking a lot better. Now we're looking like a Dark Lord. The Dark Lord, or Lord Voldemort.
Ah, have
I want to see if you have a certain armor set, and you do. Firelink Helm. It's very interesting that all the Lord of Cinder stuff is referred to as Firelink, you know, the sword, the helmet, everything. Helm of the Soul of Cinder, a deific manifestation of the Lords of Cinder who linked the first flame. It resembles a knight's helm, but it bears hideous burns and contortions. A misshapen crown can be seen upon its rear. It exists as a symbol of the great lords and the noble act of linking the fire, though it is no more than an empty husk. The armor resembles a knight's armor, but it bears hideous burns and contortions, taking the shape of a deathly ribcage. They resemble a knight's leggings, but bear hideous burns and contortions. No more than empty husks.
Ashen One.
Well, at any rate, this has been Dark Souls 3. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you next time.